Area Development Fund allocation from the Department for Local Government. Good. Mike, Greg, good morning.
Thank you, ma'am. The Emergency Services Committee voted last Wednesday to have me apply to get reimbursement on the air unit that was put onto the jail. The ADF funds this year are a little over $5,400. What we need is an invoice and a canceled check so that I can get the application written up and submitted at the next fiscal court meeting to get the judge's approval to sign so that we can get it submitted and get reimbursed. So what I'm looking for today is fiscal court's approval to use the air handling unit at the jail as the project for the area development fund so that we can submit for reimbursement. It's all semantics, it's all in the budget, it's nothing. All we're trying to do is find an invoice and a canceled check to submit and get reimbursement from state law.
Make a motion, what he said. Get it. I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second, and we will let Ms. Williams type the motion and ask questions to Mike before you even read it. So let's look at questions to Mike when that's Mike.
Well, basically, you're just asking permission to use, purchase the air conditioning unit at the detention center, meeting the invoice and cancel check.
Correct.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion on the motion? Ms. Williams, you call the roll.
Mr. Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Laswell?
Yes.
Mr. Rayfield?
Yes.
Judge Roberts?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, number 5. Mr. Barnes, I'll need your help with this one. I wish to appoint Philip Puckett to the board president. I know he's here, he was here.
No, Your Honor, you're not. I already spoke with Mr. Buckley.
Okay.
And advised him of the problem. I think he has left.
Yeah.
Mr. Laswell spoke with me last week and asked if we could place him on the sanitation district board. Initially, I advised him that no, and then I pulled up another statute which may have allowed it, but we have reviewed the sanitation district and how it's formed. Clarity is aware of it. This sanitation district was established under KRS 67 and requires to operate as outlined in Chapter 220 of KRSs. You can have a sanitation district that would be countywide, but it would be by petition. And if you had such an animal, it would have 5 members and they could live anywhere. However, you are specifically under an ordinance that requires that any person who is appointed to the sanitation district board must live within the sanitation district itself. And when the fiscal court adopted this ordinance, they specifically excluded Hebron Estates, Pioneer Village, Fox Chase, and several other cities. So therefore, while Mr. Puckett has agreed to do it, he does not meet the qualifications to be appointed. If he did, it would have been a void appointment because he would not have been part of the act of the statutes. The only way we're going to resolve this matter, if Mr. Puckett continues to want to serve, Mr. Laswell wishes him, would be that the sanitation district will have to either amend their boundaries and the city of Fox Chase would have to agree to become a part of the process, neither of which appears to be a quick fix for the situation. Our advice is to continue to try to find a Republican willing to serve on the sanitation district so that we can get the district fully staffed and under the statute as it's required to be.
And you mentioned Republican. Did you say earlier that, did you explain that there has to be?
There has to be diversity on the sanitation district. I think currently you have 2 Democrats, and to have diversity, you have to have a Republican member.
But an independent
No.
won't work.
Well, a Republican, an independent would not be a Democrat. There would be diversity, but we would have to review that because an independent really has not elected to be a part of any of the parties. He's elected to be independent. So sitting here right now would say you need to have a Republican nominee.
What is the criteria and what is the?
You simply have to live within the district, and the district of the sanitation excludes Mount Washington, it excludes Lebanon Junction, Shepherdsville, Hebron Estates, Fox Chase, Pioneer Village. You cannot live anywhere in those areas. The sanitation district actually extends from Hardin County to Nelson County to almost Jefferson County. But you cannot be in those incorporated areas as a server at this point.
And Joseph?
Joe, I think Joe lives in Fox Chase, so he's exempt. And he probably wouldn't serve anyway.
Hey, Joe?
I advised Mr. Puckett, and I think Mr. Puckett understood, and he has left the meeting today.
Thank you, Mr. Bullrich, for your advice on that situation. And we're going to move on to number 6. We have the Lyon City Executive Director, Gene Goddard, gives an update on the judge report. And Chris is here as well. Good morning, Chris. Thank you, Ms. June, for being here.
No problem. I just wanted to inform the court that on June 30th, Jan Brown from the state, along with our local Bullitt County Health Department, inspected the Shepherdsville pool. And she, in a letter dated August 25th to the judge's office, cited several violations in code. And so I've spent the last couple of months meeting with different people and getting prices on what it would cost to bring this pool back into compliance with code. It's going to be roughly $200,000, and she has a list of 9 things that need to be completed before it opens next season. And if it's going to open next season, we need to get moving on these things now. The Y's been running these pools for the last 6 years, and I had Kenny Ann send me financials for the last 5 or 6 years. I'm missing 1 year, but part of the agreement when the Y was allowed to run the county's Parks and Recreation at substantial savings to the county was that the fiscal court would reinvest those monies back into recreation. And June 30th, year end of 2009, the county spent $317,000 in the Parks and Recreation Department. 2010 is the year that I'm missing, sorry. 2011, we spent $333,000, so a slight increase. That was the year that a lot of work was done to the pools, and so money was reinvested in those years. In 2012, the parks budget was $202,000, 2013, $206,000, 2014, $206,000, and last year, 2015, $239,000. So you can see we've roughly saved the county about $100,000 a year for the last 3 or 4 years. So definitely the county has saved money to reinvest in these pools. I'm just asking fiscal court to move forward and agree to allocate some of that money to getting the pool back in regulation and open for next summer.
Ms. Carpenter?
Yes, sir.
I'm not a member of this report, but I just have to ask this question.
Okay.
If Shepherdsville Pool has these deficiencies and violations, have anybody looked at the other 2 pools?
The other 2 pools have been inspected by our local health department, not by the state. Maryville has not had the filters revamped like Mount Washington and Shepherdsville had. She was very upset about that. Maryville and Shepherdsville are identical plans, and they were built originally with a surge tank filter system, and about 20 years ago, which was before any of us in our current positions, American Leak Detection came in and installed a DE filter system which now sits inside of what used to be the surge tank at Shepherdsville. Maryville has not had those changes. It's the original working, therefore it would still be in compliance with code. Washington, probably not.
You have costs on those yet?
No, because they've not been inspected yet, and a list of what it would be has not.
So,
My guess is Maryville wouldn't need the amount of work that Shepherdsville does because that filtration system has not been adapted like Shepherdsville was several years ago. Maryville would, but probably not to the same extent because the largest part of this expense is installing a new gutter system, which the gutter system at both Maryville and Washington are not in the shape that the one in Shepherdsville is.
you expect the state to cover and inspect these other pools before they give approval to the deal next year?
No,
They have indicated they're gonna come back and cover it.
they would not be able to inspect them before we open next summer because they're not,
They expect to pull the central and something.
yes, sir, in June 30th. The reason they came to Shepherdsville is because the Bullitt County Health Department asked that they come and look at it.
June, what was the price on that?
The two initial quotes I've gotten have been right at $200,000. The majority of that for the gutter system. The rest of that to take the surge tank back to what it was when it was originally built. And not what was modified at about 20 years ago.
Have you ever looked into, and this is just off the wall, like a brand new aquatics center?
We have, you're talking several $1 million. I can tell you that Jan that this pool was exceptionally built when it was built in the 70s, and that, to repair it, it's going to be roughly about $200,000. To build a new one would be about $600,000. So, she was very complimentary of the structure of the facility. I personally think that would be a wonderful thing, to have a county-wide aquatic facility that was indoor, good use, season,
We visit the one in Shelbyville a lot. That's a thing, it's very nice. It's 365 days a year. I just think of what the county says. And I know because before they get $50,000 a year, I think, towards running the pools.
Actually, they give $50,000 to the Y to manage the facilities. When the Parks Department was in existence, it had 5 full-time employees. It currently has 2, so you save the money of those 3 full-time. You no longer have a director, no longer have an administrative assistant, and there were 2 full-time maintenance guys, and now there's just the assistant director and the 1 full-time maintenance guy. As well as there was roughly $100,000 in the budget in part-time salaries, so lifeguards and officials and basketball officials and school keepers, et cetera. All of that is now being carried in the last budget. But the $50,000 is the management fee to the lives that oversee those programs.
Yeah,
It doesn't go to maintain the rules per se.
Right. I was just thinking, it might be something to look into with numbers, because if we're spending $200 a year, and the other pools are going to be, two pools, three pools, so if it does, worst case scenario, they're all the same, $600,000.
Yeah, the pool at London Junction was replaced with straight. But like I said, I don't foresee that Maryville will need the type of repairs that Shepherdsville does, because what was done to that filtration system out there is
Something we can look into, why is it not, sorry for the question, but I really think it goes on with that.
and I agree, that's a, in my opinion, a long-term fix.
Yeah.
If we're gonna do it, we need to get moving on it now, because it's gonna take a while to get all of that work completed. And now's the time to do it. It's in the off season.
Anything, Ryan?
I'm sorry.
This one we had in the budget, we got in the
There is 75,000 in the Parks and Rec budget, for, to matching grant for pool improvements. We haven't received that matching grant, but that money is there, and I guess could be used for improvements. So 75,000 or 200,000, could technically be saved either. That 75,000 is the budget for the last 4 years, and we've not received that grant.
and we applied for it, and
We applied for it every year, so.
it hasn't received it.
There's a lot of counties in the state that are applying for that same program. We have a lot of conservation money. We did it ourselves. We were awarded that grant in the 2010-11 fiscal year. That's what was used to make the insurance bid on the lines. Well, not but to remodel the deck and the restroom facilities. All that was done in 2010.
Did you have any numbers that you put together, everything, how many using each pool and each,
At each pool.
each pool?
Yes, sir. I didn't bring those with me this morning. Shepherd's Pool is the most used. It averages, Chris, you can probably see.
Actually, we got close to 100 visitors a day come through the gate. So we have 10 weeks, 700 people, about 7,000 people during the course of the summer. Could be the same kid coming every day, but day will be about 100, at least 100. On a good hot day, we'll have 175, 200 people come through the gate. It's the most used pool. The other two pools aren't as highly used as. So losing the Shepherd's Pool will be a big hit to the community.
You're saying maybe average of 7,000 a season?
I would say so.
What's the entry fee?
Charge $4. We have a couple of little specials that we did also, but
So it's 28,000.
You can get a season pass for $150 if you don't have as many people who do that. Or you can buy a coupon book with 10 visits for $30, which makes it $3 a visit. Most people do that.
of course all that's weather pending. So we get a couple days of rain and we'll have.
What would you guys like me to do next?
I know we don't have the budget, I know we got that kind of money to pull out of reserve to do this.
Mr. Greg, people know, I'm not
Yes. I think it's a good idea. I don't think there's anything for you all to vote on. I don't think that proposal will in place, yes or no. But what I would suggest is that maybe I'll be more than happy to do this sandwich and try to come up with a proposal. We don't have any proposal. It would have to come out of the reserve. This is my opinion, but I'm going to recommend is that you don't touch the reserve. It's not enough right now. But there are other things we can do. Maybe we can look at some things, maybe pay for this grant over the next couple of years. I don't have a session negotiating room. These are all things, the numbers, I would like to break the numbers down even more to see how many people we are serving, how many people have to look at, I think all options have to be on the table. I don't think we have enough information for you guys to vote.
I'll make a motion that Mr. Ridley and Ms. Daughtry and anybody else that Ms. Daughtry wants to get together meet before the next fiscal court meeting to just start the process on talking about what could we do?
I think we need to, I mean, as Gene said, if this is gonna happen, we're gonna have to get through this pretty quick. I think we need a good proposal for you guys like you are.
Do you want to try to get it accomplished by
Yes, I will
November
try.
17th?
I will try June, and I'm
you
going
want
to
to?
speak with him.
I mean, if we're gonna do this, we've got to get started.
Okay. Then, we're going to have a motion. I'll make a motion that June and Keith get together to develop a proposal to bring to the November 17th fiscal court meeting concerning
All of
all options, I like that, yeah. That's my motion. What's your second?
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second, let's read the motion.
The motion is that Seattle, Kirby, and Ms. Dodson meet before the next fiscal board meeting to present a proposal concerning all options regarding the meeting.
To try to get to present a proposal for February 17th. That's our goal. Concerning all options for one activity, you like that in there. I'm just trying to do it in my head. All right, any questions or discussions on the motion? And hearing none, Ms. Williams, will call the roll.
Mr. Blackwell?
Yes.
Mr. Raymond?
Yes.
Judge Roberts?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell? Mr. Lawson?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, June, thank you, Chris, for being here. I'll make a motion to take a 5-minute recess. We have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion on this week's one?
Mr. Raymond?
Yes.
Judge Roberts?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell? Mr. Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Blackwell?
Yes.
All right, 5 minutes.
Yes.
Okay, 5 minutes is up. People are waiting to move on. We have a quorum. I'll make a motion to go back into open session. Second, we have a second. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, Ms. Williams, you call the roll.
Judge Roberts?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Here, Mr. Blackwell?
Yes.
Mr. Raymond?
Yes.
Okay, going back to our agenda, we have Ms. Director Schultz, to give his report.
Judge, you passed up your number 7 on the sheet of this.
Oh, thank you. Hold on, Mike. Number 7, actions requested on FEMA lease, and Ms. Mitchell, you want to hear that?
Yes, make a motion that, we grant this lease to Margaret, at 3060 Chicken Lake Drive, Sheffield, Kentucky. And her address is 118 July Way, Sheffield, Kentucky, consisting of 1 lot, for a term of 1 year, $1 per year. And I'll put that before the commission.
I'll make a second. We have a motion and a second. Ms. Williams, will you read the motion?
Motion is to approve the lease between Bullitt County Fiscal Board and Margaret County located at 118 July's Way, for the amount of $1, terminating November 3rd, 2015, and November 3rd, 2016.
Any questions or discussion on the motion? Ms. Williams, you can call the roll.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Blackwell?
Yes.
Mr. Raymond?
Yes.
Judge Roberts?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Now, Director. Good morning.
Thank you. I have before you this morning 3 items. 2 of them are required monthly report, and the other one is a hiring request that was approved by the Emergency Services Committee. First report is for the Emergency Services, the EMS. I'm not sure if you want me to read the numbers off, but I'm going to shut up as I start reading, so I'm going to shut up and you can read them. We transported we had 870 runs dispatched Out of those 870, 560 of them were transported to the hospital. 126 of them were due south transfers to the downtown hospitals. 106 of them were transports. 78 of those were canceled. Out of, not included in the 870 were 25 runs that were dispatched to Yellow for standby in the north end. Out of those 25 runs, they transported 6 patients to the hospital. And one of our requests to come stand by in the county, they had no units to send to stand by. We billed out $427,964. We collected $176,854. And we wrote off due to contractual obligations to the hospitals, contractual obligations to the insurance companies of $153,492.93. Total budget, at the end of the first quarter is 29.4. And the only other item that I need to bring to your attention is that we will be posting in the newspaper for advertising for bids on the AED project with the Homeland Security grant that we received last year for $43,000. These AEDs will replace the existing AEDs that are at each firehouse and get the equipment that will not be able to be maintained next year. We'll replace them free for each firehouse. It's a 100% reimbursement grant. It will cost us $43,000 initially, and then we should get reimbursement within 3 to 4 weeks. 100%. So if you read the newspaper, that's all about it. Second report.
I can ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
In the total bill, it's 327, and the collected and disallowed, it's about 330, the 4.7 bill. The difference is about 90,000. What, can you explain where that discrepancy is? In the bill, collected and disallowed?
Part of that discrepancy is a lot of what was collected was based on prior month. The 427 is the September total for every run that we billed out. The disallowed amount and the total collected amount usually is the first or the second week of the month that I'm showing, and then the rest is collected based on prior months as it comes in. So it's not reflecting. Magistrate Rahill's asked me to look at some reports, and I'm still trying to figure out where 3 months later we can generate another report, and I'll put this in here so that we can look at each individual month and then see what an actual balance is after we've exhausted everything but the private runs.
We just want to make sure that there's not $90,000 to $100,000 out there. So it's on a staggered, it's kind of staggered when we get this money, and we need a system, just for we need a system to show that when this comes in, so we can make sure this isn't lost revenue.
Second report I have for your review is for the 911 center. The 911 center in September took 11,819 total phone calls. Break down the phone calls, 3,430 of them, 911 emergency calls that came in through our 911 trunking lines. 322 of those came in from landlines, which is the copper lines, the phones in the home. 2,852 were wireless and cell phone calls, and 246 are what we classify as VoIP, which is inside voltage and those different services that offer internet-based phone systems, Magic Jack and different ones like that. 8,399 of those were non-emergency calls. And we made 2,804 outgoing calls from the center to various agencies. Out of those 11,000 calls, there were 4,708 total CAD incidents generated. 3,616 of them were police CADs. In other words, those were runs that we dispatched to the police department to do various things. 228 of them were fire, 864 of them were EMS CADs.
How long do you know, so that non-emergency outgoing calls, they still get dispatched to the police and fire ambulance?
They can. A lot of the non-emergency calls will be if we have a power outage, or the court system will call parole, probation, or a lot of my dog. I need a dog removed from my yard, so I'll call a non-emergency lines. They may end up being dispatched to the police department, but it just depends on the nature of the call.
Do we get a certain price for each wire, each wireless, or is it just a flat fee that we get a fee for that?
It's a flat fee. The wire line, the landline surcharge is $1 for everybody that still has a phone in their home. And then the wireless is a formula that is based on state law through the CMRS board. 70 cents of every cell phone bill goes to the CMRS board, and there's a formula based on how that money is dispersed. We get so much money for every cell phone that's registered in the county, and then the remaining balance of that is a pro-rata balance based on all of the counties that are certified. And it's split 100 different other ways between the cell companies, grant funds, and the administrative costs of running the office.
As far as the 70 cents that you talk about, right, we don't really know how much is actually coming in to offset the big, we get charged $1 on line line. On that 70 cents, how much is actually coming into the 9 cents?
Roughly about $260,000 a year. We get that in quarterly payments. And there's roughly, roughly there's about 26,000 cell phones in the county. So we get roughly 26,000. I just sent Canadian emails, like quarterly payments coming in at the end of the month. And then 19,000 of it is the pro rata payment of what's left, and then divided between the 101 PSAPs that are certified within the state. And that's how they divide that up.
Do you have an idea, or do you give us a number on the dispatching? How much to specific police agencies, as to whether or not all those to the sheriff's or to the various cities? Do you all these statistics on there?
Yes, I actually supplied those and then stopped, but I can start resupplying those. The biggest one in the county is Shelton. They're usually anywhere from 400 to 500 CAD entries above the sheriff's department. I think the last number, just looking at Shelton, was 1,500. Sheriff's department was 910. Let me preface that with, we're getting 3 police departments now that are actually linking into our CAD system, to where they will have the ability through their computers in the car to create their own CAD. So we're anticipating that CAD numbers for the police departments are going to go sky high, because now it's a little bit easier for them if they pull up and go check the dollar store, they can do it themselves and generate some more. So I'll put those back in my report so you can go with them.
Your agency's not receiving anything from those police agencies either, or the cities or Coffee County, already.
Landline, cell phone, and then $480,000 is supplied by the county general fund. And then we brought in $22,737. That was for the landline monthly fees that we received. Total operating budget is at 23.3%. And the only information about the 911 center that I wanted to bring up, in case you all read it in the papers, or you're at your magistrate's meeting here, the governor notified me last week that I was reappointed to the CMRS. So serving for the next 4 years. So I just want to make sure you're blindsided on your recommendations.
But with today's election, that's not changed. No?
He's already appointed, so.
Yeah.
4 years.
Well, congratulations.
And the only other item that I have for your consideration, the Emergency Services Committee again met last Wednesday, and I made a proposal to them that based on the recent notification that I will be losing my deputy director in August, who will be retiring, and who has all of the certifications for our billing, to meet our Medicare requirements, HIPAA, coding, and different things like that. And we learned that once we made the cuts, one person in the office was not going to work. Fiscal was going to have to start going and getting this training that Bridget has, so we can separate it and not dependent on one person. And when she's leaving, and when she went on vacation, the billing office was closed for a week. In 10 days when she was sick and whatever she was. So I went through the budget, and because of recent regulatory changes within the ambulances, it's going to cost us an additional $6,000 to $10,000 to equip the new ambulance that we ordered this year because of the regulatory changes for safety, which means one of the 2 med cars that I put in the budget to purchase, I'm not going to have enough money to purchase it. Buy a used vehicle for the response cars and these med cars is not a recommendation, so I recommended to the committee to get the staff and get prepared for Bridget's departure, to rehire Janice Louise as the office manager and put her back into the office. It's budget neutral. I'm not asking to transfer any money from any other budget. I found it within the EMS budget. Not only the office manager for the billing and to learn that side, so I have a second. Janice has a master's degree in human resource, and she does the payroll and various other job descriptions. And it's something we desperately need, and I found a way to do it that is budget neutral. So I'm requesting that we rehire Janice Louise as office manager for emergency services at the rate of $16.25 an hour.
I'll make a motion that, I'll make a motion based upon the recommendation of Mike Phillips that we rehire Janice Louise at the details he just stated. And I'm happy to do that to make sure things run smoothly, period. Put your second. We have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion on the motion? Hearing none, Ms. Williams, call the roll.
Mr. Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Laszlo?
Yes.
Mr. Brayhill?
Yes.
Judge Roberts?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, takes care of that.
And other than that, I'm bringing the rest of the stuff and make sure it's all presented for the next meeting of the emergency services. Yes, sir.
I got a question. On this EMS run that says 560 transported, does that include the transfers?
No, that is transfers of the county residents to the various hospitals.
I asked a couple months ago about getting, see what revenue that brought in, where is that transferred?
Yes, and that report should be ready at the December 17th meeting. We're in the process of negotiating our yearly increase for Jewish South. And that got delayed because Ms. Dodson and Rob have left there, and I have no contact person to deal with. So I'm trying to figure out what the rate increase is going to be so that I can have the actual numbers of what we would get from this point on, not using past numbers, but the current numbers based on our.
Well, we get the past number and our future number, then we would see the difference.
It's not going to be that big of an increase, approved by the Senate and the House, took out position rate increase for next year, and we are, EMS is tied to that fiscal increase, so the 3% raise that we've been getting for the past 4 or 5 years on our Medicare rates may not go through. So, but that will be the December, my reports are being pushed off until the December 17th meeting, and I will have those for you, Magistrate Lawson. We have lost, we were averaging 196 runs of Jewish South in the past 6 months. The runs have actually decreased by, go to 126. We're trying to identify why they decreased and what is going on so that we have some actual numbers.
Mike, what's the bridge's retirement date?
August 1st. That's when she signed with the retirement center. But then the Social Security is involved and she can't, right around August 1st. And she'll have some vacation time left, so I'll plan for the next visit.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hey, Mike. Ed Everton, Assistant Director of Parks and Rec. Good morning, Ed.
One. Everybody should have a copy of my report. I go through this if you like. It's basically just the normal things you have to do in the fall as far as winterizing tools. I do want to let y'all know on the bridge that we've changed. We were going to pour that concrete pad in front of that. We've since decided it's probably going to cost about $100 more to do it, but we're going to extend that bridge 4 more feet. And keep it wood. It'll set with wood, it'll set 4 new posts, there's going to be stabilizers for it, and it should last another 20 years to do this. Just doing the concrete, I'm not sure if it would wash out and end up being another issue. This one will solid. The reason we haven't started on it is the 20-foot timbers we're using had to be special ordered. They'll be in tomorrow. So we should have that if we don't run into any issues. That bridge will be fixed by next week. As far as other things with the pools, we've got three. We've got the LJ in Mount Washington and Shepherdsville winterized, but we're holding off on Mount Washington because we're going to get access to water. Working on this bridge, and we'll get it winterized. There's other things that need to be done at the pools, but I guess until the decision is made on what we're doing with it, we're going to hold off on that because we'll have to spend a couple $1,000 in materials to do what has been asked to be done. I don't have as much to say. I have 2 people too.
Sounds good. Well, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Any questions?
Thank you.
We'll have a great next week. Also, we got rock delivery. We have been working on that trail, that front side. We've got it looking good, being trimmed up and everything. Trail's all done. Did you see it? And we're going to be working on that back side. Get some of the branches and all the growth around the trees and stuff. I think that looks better. The bridge will look good when we get it done. Thanks.
Thanks, Ed. And Director Roseman. Jim, good morning.
Good morning to magistrates, judge, and the rest of
Good morning.
the stuff at the very end. I trust you've all received my report yesterday. You should all have a copy of that, as you can see, with plan reviews, permits issued, inspections, phone calls. We're still quite busy. The kind of the seasonal decline that comes with the winter months that's not exactly set in just yet, although with that pending decline, that'll afford us the opportunity to inspect the projects that are under construction at a greater frequency. So our number of inspections will probably hold fairly consistent through the winter months. And we can just do a better job of code enforcement as we don't have as many new permits that are coming in, which tend to spread us a bit thin. I noted under the inspections performed that approximately 50% of our total inspections are electrical inspections. The reason for that is in July of 2016, I'm anticipating one of our two electrical inspectors to be retired, and the mathematics of the number of electrical inspections and electrical permits that we do, making up basically half of our inspections and half of our permits, it would be extremely difficult for one electrical inspector to do all of the required inspections in accordance with the National Electric Code. It could be done, but what it would do is basically the service that we're giving to people that are working in Bullitt County and rural citizens, that instead of them being able to get their electrical inspection with 1 to 2 days notice to our office, we put that at 3 to 4 days, which in turn will delay the installation of drywall or other things, so that our ability to give good service will decline if we only have one electrical inspector. And this is just more kind of for informational purposes that on the horizon, so like it would be imperative that we replace the electrical inspector that's going to be retiring in the middle of next year, which July would be right in the middle of our peak season for construction, and to lose half of our electrical workforce without having someone readily available to step in the months to come, to increase security and what I would like to see happen is that for approximately 30 days, we would be able to bring in a replacement electrical inspector prior to Mr. Froman's retirement. I had a training curve to get familiar with the hundreds of roads in Bullitt County with our software and our systems and having their inspections, our scheduling processes, so that when Lawrence's retirement is effective, that we've got somebody on board so that we don't have a decline in the service that we're able to offer. So just more for informational purposes, I realize that's still several months away. But if we feel like that if we're not anticipating that change, we can get caught where that we're not giving good service to people that can.
Is it 437 inspections from total this year?
No, that's during the month of October. That's electrical, HVAC, building, all of the types of inspections that our office is charged with. That's the total number of inspections.
You have a total of just electrical.
That's 49.7%,
So it's half of it.
437.
Can you break down to 20? Just say 220 in 4 months, right? One month. It's 1 day, so basically it's a 9 day.
On average, one day last week, we had 21 electrical inspections alone. Okay, so that number is constantly a moving target.
Right. I was just looking at the average, so if we average 11 a day, we have 3 inspectors. So they average on average, each one of them average 3, so 4 a day. Just with these numbers here.
Well, you're strictly looking at electrical, but we have a total of 3 inspection staff, myself included. I'm not certified in doing electrical.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
I'm just singling out the electrical portion of the total number of inspections.
I was thinking wrong, I thought you said you had 3 electrical inspectors.
3 staff, 2
3
electrical
staff, okay.
inspectors. And I would hope to be able to add another electrical inspector 30 days before Lawrence's retirement, so that we could get the person trained and not have a big hit to our personnel staff right in the middle of our peak season in summer. I plan to meet Mr. Gary and see what we can possibly get in place for the spring of next year. You should have all received a notification, code enforcement, we were doing a meet and greet where we are inviting contractors, developers, designers, people that are doing work with our office. They want to come in, get an opportunity to meet with myself. I've met some of them in a couple of months that I've been here, but I still haven't met. I've talked to someone on the phone, so kind of doing an open house and inviting them in. That'll be taking place this Thursday, the 5th, starting at 4:30 p.m. So I want to make you aware of that. We have received our renewal notification from the Department of Housing regarding the expanded jurisdiction for Will County Code Enforcement to have additional responsibility. That application is not due until April. I hope to be able to have all the documentation required by that packet. Hope to have that all together within the next couple of months, and we'll be submit it back to the department for their review, and then they'll send somebody down to Bullitt County to review our processes. So I want to get that done as timely as possible, not wait till the last minute.
Jim, are you hoping about February?
I hope to be able to have our package back to Frankfurt. Let's see, we're at the beginning of November. I would say during the month of December, and then I would expect the department has to respond to our application packet within 45 calendar days. That's by administrative reg, and I'm hoping that basically have a new agreement executed with the Department of Housing. February would be nice, but get it done early. They have, the Director of Code Enforcement has requested and offered the Bullitt County some additional responsibility of what we currently have for hazardous uses, which, to make it simple, here in Bullitt County, 4 Roses Distillery and Drinking Distillery, currently there is a split jurisdiction. Bullitt County Code Enforcement has authority to do some projects there, and the department has to do others, according to our current agreement. They're asking us to take all of the projects that would fall at those 2 locations, plus any other projects that would be classified as hazardous use, and that they would fall under our current inspection jurisdiction. It's going to require a modification to our fee schedule, which currently doesn't have hazardous. And it was the current government authority to do that, which I'll be working with Clarity County Attorney's Office to take the necessary steps to modify the schedule to include a fee to be planning to do an inspection for hazardous uses. The bottom line is that to add that use group to the use group we currently do, we basically need increased business for Bullitt County government.
Do you know why they are wanting us to assume that property?
The Department of Housing has always had a sensitivity to how long it takes their personnel to review construction drawings once they're received, they call it the turnaround time. And the more projects that fall under the jurisdiction of local government, the faster they go because they have fewer numbers. So they're wanting to shorten their turnaround time by basically asking us to take responsibility. Any other questions?
Much obliged.
Thank you, sir.
I said much obliged.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jim, and thanks for working on the expanded jurisdiction documents. We look forward to seeing that accomplished, and I know we'll get it done, and we'll move forward as we have been. Thank you so much, Jim. On our list of speakers, we have Sandy Higgins. Good morning.
Good morning.
Excuse me.
I have a question. I was just going to say that, I know the sheriff's department gets $4 million plus in its budget. And then he did ask for $300,000 increase in his budget, with understanding that he needed this. Then he surplus 12 cars, and I know this report did that with the understanding that he would purchase this. And then he got donated money from the public to purchase this. And then he applied for a grant to purchase this. So my question is, if the vest being purchased? That was 2 weeks ago in Minnesota. I didn't realize it took so long. I mean, I know the lives were very important, and it was very
Everybody
scary.
has a best buy, usually to, purchase best or we should say, everybody has a best buy. But most of them have.
They're not as good as the best that are needed. Protect lives. They're not as good. You need better vests. Really good total protection to police officers, right? I understand that these are not as good. I thought that's part of how we need to buy new vests.
I'm only out anything for so many years.
So we do need to get vests, however, right?
That's become outdated.
And so then my other question is on the parking lot, who's going to pay for the fencing and the security and insurance on that? Well, the sheriff's department purchased that out of or will that be fiscal court? Okay, the sheriff's department will be paying for the fence, the insurance on it, or a security system.
Any money that's spent on sheriff's department, that's it.
Okay, and so, and then I'd like to ask too, if the officer that was in that high-speed chase in an old car, has he received any part? Should he not have one? Because there's a high-speed chase. It was a very bad car. You gave that last 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago, you told me that an officer that was in a very high-speed chase, I don't know where he went.
That would be me.
Did you get in the car?
No.
Oh, I thought he was getting in his car.
No, I said that we have deputies that drive back and forth across the county. Make emergency calls. Drive at highway speed.
He had in his car.
Right.
And, how many officers are there?
Then I don't have that emergency call.
How many shifts are there, shifts?
We have 4 shifts.
All right, now I'd like to say one more time that I deeply respect police officers.
You see, we try to get insurance calls for the
That's all.
insurance person, and what else? We try to get cars as we do, to make the service possible. I'm doing my job.
office. Is on that stage.
So the state should answer everything?
I would keep on the sheriff, if I get a question about what's going on with the sheriff, I would keep on trying to find the sheriff, to answer your questions. That would be the best.
Do you ever try to?
Ma'am?
Do you ever speak to them?
No, I just, you know, my own.
Does anybody ever?
No, but I will say, when I need something, I contact Chief Deputy John Hospital, and he has always been available to help me. And, this is the 5th year, 4th year? He has always been available to help me for 5 years. So I will give kudos and praise to Chief Deputy John Hospital.
And I want to make sure that you know I respect you. And if you have questions.
I
And
understand.
if you can't answer, you call me.
You need to talk to me. I'm the chief deputy, I don't know the sheriff's
I'll try and right.
Thank you, Sandy, for your questions, and I think it's important to ask those questions. And Representative Brenda Belcher, good afternoon to you.
I would also say that I have great respect for our police officers. And I'm glad to hear that that's they need better rest. And I certainly have no problems lobbying for those either. So I want you all to tell you that you do a great job and thank you for what you do. Want you safe. Anytime we get tax money or taxes, everybody always wants to know what's being done to help us. So just to let you know that in roads, the second intersection 44 is being done, and Conway and I started on that to let people know. And the third will start as soon as that one is finished. So that's our tax dollars at work, and definitely want to share that with you.
Sorry, is the second one, is it, over?
Boulevard, right there by Pleasant Grove Elementary.
How come that one, school, didn't get the number of accidents?
That plus I talked to Keith Davis, and actually sit down and said, okay, what do you think we need first? There are fewer cars right there except for that kind of day. So trying to get a bus out of Bellsville is rough. So we felt like that was bad. Initially, when I asked for the roads for the paving, I asked for $175,000. When the list of the roads were presented, I made very clear that I wanted the roads that were the worst in shape, worst roads, in District 49, because I don't believe in playing political games. I want the roads fixed in Bullitt County. So I'm tickled to death that they were able to get one in everybody's district. But my goal is to make the worst roads better in my district. And again, tax dollars at work. I want to share something with you. If you're interested in the audit center, you may want to talk to our senator, because there's something that's going to be coming up again this year called local option sales tax, and that is something that allows the public to vote on a project if they want to get it finished. And there are a lot of people that are very interested in this school, so you may want to talk to our senator, see if we get the senator support that. Now, the reason I'm really up here is I had a gentleman out of Jefferson County call. He wants to meet with me and a group of people here in Bullitt County about these issues that are on the survey, because they probably will come up in this next legislative session. And in order to represent the people, I need to find out how they felt. So when I'm going to different organizations, I'm passing these out just so that I can have some input and have an idea of what Bullitt County really feels about. So if you have yours, you want to give it to me, fine, if you want, that's okay too. Appreciate it. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Belcher. I have nothing else. Do you all have anything you have to submit report?
Make a motion to go into closed session for property.
motion and a second. Let me judge. Please. I'm moving this thing and get out 7 years ago. Okay, any questions or discussion on motion? Hold it. Hold that motion. Brian, do you have information for us?
Yes, I do.
All right. John, this is not pertaining to the motion, so legally, now let Brian speak. Correct. So kind of, part of Robert's rules of order, kind of just float it, suspense, okay. The motion is suspended just for a few minutes, just Mr. Richardson.
Just going back to docket 2015 Z-25. With the application, there were 7 properties that were put in the application that were not adjoining, that were notified. There were 4 that were not included.
I'm sorry, I said it one time.
There were 4 property owners, adjoining property owners, to the subject property in rezone that were not notified.
They were not.
There was a stuff in the application.
They were not notified. Okay.
So that's what we know what. Soon I'll be ready.
Now, are these letters sent certified? Well, we will address that issue, but Brian, thank you so much for your quick answer to that question. So with that said, don't we need to?
I'm sure what will happen is he'll advise the applicant, they'll withdraw the application.
Gotcha. Thank you, Brian. Back to the motion, we are taking it out of suspension. And any questions or discussion on this motion? Hearing none, Ms. Williams, will you call the roll?
Mr. Lassiter?
Yes.
Mr. Rayfield?
Yes.
Judge Roberts?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Lawson?
Yes.
Carried.
I'll make a motion to go back into open session. Do you hear, I have a motion, a second, Ms. Williams, will call the roll.
Mr. Rayfield?
Yes.
Judge Roberts?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Lassiter? Motion carried.
No action was taken in executive session, and that's all I wish to say.
Second.
Then a motion, a second, the question or discussion. Ms. Williams, you can call the roll.
Judge Roberts?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell? Mr. Lawson?
See you later.
Mr. Lassiter? Mr. Rayfield?
Yes.